Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Deathrattle Rogue is one of the most interesting archetypes in the late Boomsday meta, and I have been playing a lot of this over the past few days, with several different variants. It's interesting because it has results. There are several cases where Deathrattle Rogue has been used for climbing, but those cases also show very different kinds of decks. Some of them have Leroys in them, some of them have Corpse Takers, some of them use Sap, some of them don't, some of them use Eviscerates. Sometimes there are Vile Spine Slayers, sometimes there are Blink Foxes, sometimes there's Hench Clan Tugs. There's just a lot of different variants of Deathrattle Rogue, and no one seems to have quite figured out which one is the best one. And well, I haven't quite figured that out myself, but I've played a bunch of variants, so this video is going to showcase this type of Deathrattle Rogue. This is the more trickster style of playing this. There's no Leroy in this, and so this bit less straightforward, but it uses Sonya Shadow Dancer and Spirit Singer Umbra, so you can make copies of your minions and you can trigger those Deathrattles and do all sorts of trickster stuff with this one. The main game plan of Deathrattle Rogue is to proc its powerful Deathrattles. Devil's Oar Egg is probably the best when it comes out very early, although there are also mechanical whelps that come out a bit later and give more power. There are Blight Nozzle Crawlers that can give you Poisonous Rush minions, those are some of your hard removal, and there are Carnivorous Cubes which can eat just any minions, and then you can proc the Deathrattle of the cube to get more copies of that. And your general game plan is to first find yourself a Necrium Blade, which as a Deathrattle triggers the Deathrattle of random friendly minion. And ideally you find that with a Cavern Shiny Finder, which will tutor that card for you. And then you play the egg and you play the blade. The order depends a bit on whether you expect there to be weapon removal or not. And then you trigger the X Deathrattle with the blade and you get a 5/5, and then you might Necrium Vial the egg and you get 2 5/5s, or you might cube. I would typically cube the 5/5, although sometimes I also cube the egg. It really depends on if you're playing around AoE or if you're going or trying to get just a lot of stuff on the board. If you manage to cube a 5/5 and you manage to vial the cube, you get 4 5/5s, so that's obviously pretty sweet. And that's pretty much the way you try to win games. If you go to a bit later game, then you might be able to do with whelps and vials, whelps and cubes, whelps and blade, sometimes even whelp and backstab the whelp to create a 7/7 immediately. But I will be showcasing my adventures with this over the next couple of days. This was the first version I played. This is the trickster version, no Leroy. So you get to see this, and then later on I will show you with the Leroy version and trying to go under this and trying to look for the exact right compromise. Regardless of which way you enjoy the deck, all of them have potential, all of them have been successful in the current meta, so you can choose the type of deck that you really like to play. And let's go take a look at what this deck is capable of. I think I can try with this. I'm not sure if this is too conservative, Mulligan. I might be able to do more. So, not an even look this one either. Oh, it's a zoo. Alright. Now we're talking. Shiny Finder time. Should have a hard time having 1 damage on this, but... oh no, does he have a Happy Ghoul? Nope, no Happy Ghoul. Okay, that's cool. Then we go in with the Necrium Blade. Necrium Blade to hand. Trade here. Trade here. And we're all set up for Blight Nozzle Crawler next turn. Okay. So here comes the Crawler. He can coin Fungalmancer. Yeah, so I do want the Crawler out here now. Here comes the Crawler. I'll hit into one of the imps. And I'll hit into the second imp too. Okay. So far we're fighting for this board. He might have silence effects in the deck. It would be a little bit annoying right now. Soulfire I don't mind. This is fine. Another blade is intriguing. So this turn 5 mana, next turn 6 mana. Oops, I'm not playing the cube out there. I could play the Umbra. He probably has something that kills the Umbra though. But what do I do on 6 mana if I play the Corpse Taker this turn? I might do Blade and Fox. Let's play a Corpse Taker here. Ziliax is still in the deck, so Corpse Taker also has Wind Fury. And not Wind Fury, but Lifesteal at this point. Alright. Now down to just the coin. This is good. So this is Blink Fox Blade. He doesn't. No, I know that he does not, at least at the moment, he does not have anything in hand. But it's going to be Blink Fox. We get a Warlock card. That might come in handy at some point. And we have another blade, so we get to kill these chain gangs. He can definitely find a Fungalmancer. That would allow him to retain some of the board. Okay, so far this looks good. Ooh, there's the Whelp. That's intriguing. Because I could kill 2 minions and have a 7/7 on the board as well. Other alternatives? No really good ones, I think. Can't do Vial Corpse Taker yet next turn. Yeah, these are some really nice cards, absolutely. I think Whelp is doable here. Let's do the Whelp. And trade down those minions. Okay, we pop a 7/7 on the board. Zoo has 2 cards, I'm still at 20. Okay, that wasn't particularly strong. Sure, it does get me down to 17 and he still has a card left, but I don't think that's going to be enough, right? I can just clear this board. But I think I will. Let's just vial this fellow here. Make some more 7/7s. And then I can trade. Make another 7/7. I can trade there too. But I can trade there too. Dagger to the face. And this is easily lethal damage. I can drop an Argent Squire out there as well. Okay. So now you're going to need some taunts. Because there's not going to be 17 in burst damage. Yeah. That's how it goes. Seven sevens. So now we're in for some rough times. I don't think Ziliax is going to help me right here. I keep the blade. I look for the egg. Kalin, Malygos can't run Golem because of Floop. I know, if they run Floop. But there are Malygos builds recently. There have recently been Malygos builds that do run Golem. They don't run Floop. That's the thing. Almost always lose for a Sword Pella. Yeah, I know. I don't even bother attacking against it. How can you not run Floop? You don't have to run Floop. Why would you have to run Floop? Floop is just a little bit of... Floop is just extra damage in some matchups, but you don't always have to have it.
Here we go.
Okay. Coin this, then egg. Proc the egg. See where we can get from there. I don't think we can get far enough. Because there's a lot of stuff coming. And I don't have any AoE. How does this deck do versus Sword Paladin? It gets wrecked.
Here we go.
it gets completely wrecked. But here we are anyway, seeing what we can do. Please don't find a Tarim. Although I guess level up is going to be really good as well. Do you like the quest rogue? No, I don't. Never been a fan. Now I need a little help from my corpse taker, right? I do need a little bit of help from my corpse taker. Level up is still going to be insanely good here. Oh, that was solid. Prevented the heal too. Prevented the heal. That was so good. Well, I have a Zoolock too. This is rough. There's 5 on board. That 5 can be turned into a lot more. So I think my best chance is to Vial. I don't think he has 16 yet. So this one just kills that. Then I need to Vial the egg. Because I need some more 5/5s. I don't have enough time to go for the cube and then Vial. At least that was the Stonehill Defender discovery, so... Okay, he gets another Stonehill Defender. Well, now he can have Tarim again. I might have an opportunity to play Zoolock. So many tokens. Down to 12. Then it's just so many tokens. He can do hero power into level up if he really wants next turn. I could shiny find a weapon. Do I die if I shiny find a weapon? Boom. Boom, boom. I'm a little bit afraid of dying. I think I'll still need to shiny find a weapon. Let's see. He has 4 on board, he needs another 7. So he needs to have a Leroy to kill me. I think I need to try to hold on to the Zoolock, because now he has to have the Leroy to kill me. Leroy is the way to kill me. Well, Maul and Blessing of Might would also be a way. Maybe this does give him too many outs. I just figured he might be more likely to go for something like a level up. And I tried to play around that. Down to 6. This turn I will obviously have the Zoolock. Zoolock kills 1. I kill 1, right? He will still have a minion on the board. Ouch. And then if he has weapon and something. Oh dear, oh dear. Maybe I do have to use these to kill the to save a little bit of health.
Unity, precision,
Zoolock kills 1. Devilsaur kills 1. Devilsaur kills 1. I'm going to kill 1. This one is just going to go face. Die dagger up. But I couldn't get to the point where I could make like multiple Zoolocks, for example, or that I could Zoolock or Whelp or something. Double Zoolocks from him. That denied the healing again. Double Zoolocks denied 6 points of healing in this game for me. And I think it's not worth running 1 knife just to deal with all the dudes. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's so not worth it. That he was able to discover 2 Zoolocks from 2 Stonehill Defenders. Denied 6 healing from me. That was nasty. That's really, really nasty. I have to try to find something with the Blink Fox. Paragon would be sweet if I could buff it, but I can't. I can with the Cold Blood. Later. That might be something. But for now I need to just hit there. And hit. And hit. And I think hit. And Vial. I'm dead to Leroy. But he hasn't had a Leroy before, so I think I'm taking that chance. Okay, he did have a Leroy now. I don't have to keep a blade when I keep a Shiny Finder. Yeah, keeping Shiny Finder, looking for Deathrattles. Let's go. Not finding any Deathrattles. Well, that's sort of a Deathrattle. I think I'll play the Squire even though it's not that influential against Druid. Just gives him more fuel for his Spreading Plague. That Deathrattle is not good against Druid either. It has to be the eggs and the whelps. That's kind of thing that last time I played this deck that I felt unhappy about, because you really have to find one of these 4 cards. If you don't find one of those 4 cards, you just die. So that's a bit dull. There's nothing that I can use the blade yet. There's nothing even good to cube. Because cubing Blight Nozzles is not good against Druid. I think I'll coin a Corpse Taker out there. Try to wait a little bit longer. Try to find the egg or the whelp. But yeah, that's what really I hate about this deck. You are so extremely reliant on finding those couple of Deathrattle minions that you need for each matchup. And if you don't find them, then it's just all pretty blah. Them druids ramping up. It's almost at the Ultimate Infestation. There's one card left that he kept. I think that's an Ultimate Infestation, right? I think it's quite probably an Ultimate Infestation. You're going with the blade. That's quite likely to be an Ultimate Infestation because he had all the ramp in the world. Double Wild Growth and Nourish. He has 9 mana, I have 4 mana. How is this even fair? It wasn't an Ultimate Infestation, it was a swipe. I didn't see that coming. But he can play Ultimate Infestation next turn. I'm not proccing the egg yet. I don't give him a 5/5 target for his UI. I could proc the egg and cube, no. I expected still to vial the egg here. Now I told him that I have the vial. He doesn't have silence though. It is better to cube the 5/5. I'll cube the 5/5. Next turn I'll make 4 5/5s. Unless he kills the cube now. Is that an Alexstrasza? No, just a UI. Okay, well he's going to have some Spreading Plagues, most likely available. He's also going to mill a card, which I guess is pretty fine. If I want to do it like that. I mean, I could also simply backstab and Cold Blood the egg to kill the Ghoul Infestor. Then I can have a board full of 5/5s. Can he kill me? With double Spreading Plague, yeah, he can defend long enough. Or I can sap this back to the hand. Then I will have the egg here though. But I can use the egg later. He's going to have Spreading Plague, that's the problem. I think I'll sap that. And vial this. Oh, we managed to burn his Lich King, which is something, I guess. But double Spreading Plague is still going to buy him enough time to kill me with Malygos. And he casually goes up to 51 health too. That's pretty solid. Oh, and he has a couple of spell stones, so he can kill a pair of 5/5s. Okay. Egg is now pretty useless. Yeah, I know it is. Probably want to cold-blood it. But he has too much health. He can kill me with the melee. I can't push fast enough. He has enough time. It's only 2 turns away. I'm not pushing fast enough damage. I would have needed a Corpse Taker here to absorb the twig hit at least. Deal some damage to him when he hits with the twig. Now that he can just punch me in the face with that, it's just too good. Next turn he can have lethal already. Probably will. Is there anything interesting? Yeah, there are lots of nice cards in the reveals. Absolutely. I have to kill this one too, or otherwise it will kill me. So that's another problem. But I'm never surviving the Malygos. Yeah, I'm just never surviving the Malygos here. Next turn he will have lethal. Thoroughly boring and silly game. But what can you do? I mean, that was a turn 9 lethal. He had double wild growth, double nourish for ramp. Alright, let's try to find a Deathrattle. There's a Deathrattle. That's nice. And this is probably Shudderwock. There's some risk involved with the Necrium Blade. He kept this card, and you would keep weapon removal against Rogue. No, I don't have anything to do on 2 but to dagger up, so let's dagger up. I can play the egg first if I really want to play it safe. I mean, he can obviously hex if he likes. But I have plenty of other stuff coming too. Okay, I can kill that Mana Tide. He cannot hex and remove a weapon.
Here we go.
Let's do it like this. I hold on to backstabs for a while longer here. He could... well, he can't coin a volcano. He could hex now though. Next turn he could remove the weapon, because I don't have a Deathrattle minion to play.
Speak to me.
Now this is getting interesting. What if I cube the egg? He has mind control techs. I tried Cube Block Dark Reaper as well and it changes things so much. Yeah, I think it made Cube Block a lot better. It was not my idea, I picked it up from Swaggy G. From his play at DreamHack. But still. 5, 8, 9, 10, 14 held on the board with an Umbra. He can still Volcano down an Umbra board here.
Too soon.
Well, not completely. I just don't really like those eggs.
Right here we go.
I think we're going to ask him whether he has that Volcano. It still leaves me with a 5/5. It's not a disaster. He could also play a mind control tech on this board. But none of these individually are so high value. Yeah, I didn't care about MC tech on this board. I just explained. None of these individually were so high value.
I should eat you.
Here we go.
Let's do it like this. Okay, one Volcano has been spent. Next. He obviously has the Hexes left. Don't want to cube a Blight Muzzle Crawler. It's not the greatest of cube targets. I think I can risk it with the Whelp this turn. Just backstab there. Push face with these. Then we might start seeing some Hexes. Now we start to enter the territory though where cube can be bad for me because of the mind control techs. I like the Lich King a lot, because why not? 5, 10, 15 held on the board. He can Volcano the board again though, if he has another Volcano. Or he could try to mind control tech. And if he hits the Lich King, that's a huge deal. I can play around the MC tech by backstabbing my own frog. I didn't need the frog anyway, so now he can't play an MC tech. Can him backstab frog, yeah, I figured as much. He just spent one Hex. He has spent one Volcano. He's less than halfway through his deck. And he needs Hex or Volcano to solve this. So does he have it? Hex or Volcano? He has the second Volcano. That's pretty sweet stuff. I can dig for another blade. I can play egg and cube the egg. Maybe I don't even mind cubing the egg because I have an anti-magic shell. We've seen both Volcanoes now. I think this egg can cube. Both Volcanoes are gone. So then he needs like Electra, Lightning Storm level of stuff. Just a ton of healing. That's fine. So this fellow can trade that one away. I think that's cool. Don't want to spend my anti-magic shell already. I don't want to have more than 3 minions. 9, I can push 13, put him down to 16. Yeah, I think it's anti-magic shell turn. Let's just push with these. Push him down to 15, and I have 18 on board. But he hasn't had a single Saronite Chain Gang yet, so I suppose there will be some Chain Gangs at the very least. Now even double Lightning Storm doesn't really do much. Triple Lightning Storm does a whole lot more. Okay, I got Healing Rain. Seems solid. And I keep pushing. Do I equip a weapon? But he can't Shudderwock yet. So it is safe to equip a weapon. I think I'll just dagger up at this moment. I'll play a Necron Blade to kill a Saronite Chain Gang piece, probably. if he plays a chain gang.
My jaws that bind, my claws.
Okay, he was able to Shudderwock. Didn't expect that. And he has 1 mana left over. What can he do with 1 mana? Nothing yet. I'm down to 12. Instead of fine position to be in. This one has just eggs inside. So we're killing the Shudderwock. Pushing some face damage. He can still have lightning storms. Do I want to make eggs now? He can still have like double lightning storm. He still has the MC tax. What do you mean I can't? Of course I can make eggs. I can use Necron Blade and dagger up.
Here we go.
I guess I'll go for it. Yeah, but I can do this. That's what I meant. I was just thinking whether I want to do this or not because of the risk of mind control tech. But I figured that this puts so much pressure, and even if he plays MC tech he might just get an egg instead of a minion. That he would still not be in a good position even with an MC tech. Or even if he has AoE, then eggs will start to pop. That's a double MC tech. And that's still a loss. I like eggs. I might like a vial too. Let's try. Because I can egg into coin vial next turn, unless he hexes the egg immediately. So looks like a Shudderwock so far. Everything is good and normal in the world. When it's a Shudderwock and he rolls a taunt totem. He kept 2 cards, so there could be weapon removal. You would keep weapon removal against Rogue. If I coin the Necrom... I'm going with the original plan here. Let's see about this one. I go with the egg on 3. But I'm weak to Hex. But he's less likely to keep Hex than he is to keep weapon removal. Well, in this case I'm going to go with the blade here, right? Because if I play egg, he will kill the egg.
Here we go.
I have the option to coin code. No, it's fine. I'll hold on to coin for now. I could have coined Cold Blood on the Squire. He's not going to have a second piece of weapon removal. That's for sure. Here comes the egg. Blood something. Probably not. It should be fine. Kill off that one. Get a 5/5 out there. And if he doesn't hex the egg or kill the egg with something else, then I can vial the egg. But then he can use MC techs. So that card could be an MC tech, for example. He hexes the egg. That's a strong choice. I approve that choice. So many Necron vials. So this one will trade. But what if he has a volcano? Well, life is full of risks, isn't it? No, not that one first. We play the Blight Nozzle Crawler and then our Cold-Blooded Frog. The frog is going to hit face. So I keep 3 minions again. Obviously, some sweet AoE here, and he's in a great position. I need to find another egg or another whelp. That's an Earth Shock, right? to silence the Deathrattle minion. Yeah, I figured as much. Now I don't have any Deathrattles to proc with the blade. Guess I'm still playing the blade.
Here we go.
Blade to kill one of these. Frog will kill another. These will go face. I can coin a corpse taker out there. Now obviously using this, unless I find another Deathrattle, is a little bit questionable. I'm playing around with the MC tech because that card could very well be an MC tech. He kept Ooze, he would keep Ooze an MC tech against Rogue, right? I mean, it was Lightning Storm. So it wasn't quite what I expected. Double Lightning Storm play. Well, at least he rolled one of them low.
Unity, precision,
I don't have a Deathrattle here. I don't want to use the Necrim Blade right now. But here I will have to. Without a Deathrattle. That's annoying. I don't want to sap Chain Gang. Well, what can you do? I have to do it. Now, any kind of board clear, and he's in the clear. He's used 2 Lightning Storms, but he has 2 Volcanoes in the deck. Double Life Drinkers. I can't find anything useful. Ouch. Double saps in hand. I don't want to sap a Life Drinker either. Oh boy, oh boy. This is far from ideal. This is far from ideal. Double Necrim Vial, double sap in hand. No. He could just play Shudderwock here. I would play Shudderwock if I was him. Double Life Drinker, double Chain Gang. But he wants a big number of Acolytes instead. Now that's a Lich King. What if he has like a Volcano or something? And then he has it. I mean, I have to play the Lich King. I can sap 1 Acolyte. Try to reduce the card draw a little bit. Come on, Army of the Dead, for once you would be good. Death Coil. Death Coil can win the game if he doesn't have healing. Don't you feel that some card draw would help? Not really. Okay, does he have a Healing Rain? He needs to have a Healing Rain now. That's an Acolyte. Acolyte plus 2 cards. There are 2 Lich King cards that kill him if he doesn't heal. There's Death and Decay, and there's Death Coil. I sapped 1 Acolyte to deny some card draw. Does he have a Healing Rain? Chain Gangs have both been played. Ooze has been played. Glacial Shard to my face denies lethal if it's Death and Decay. So that leaves Death Coil as the only out, 1 in 8 instead of 1 in 4. We did it. %25% to win the game with the Lich King. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.